to please me. If he did, the codependency would seize me. No need to worry, I'm not considering suicide. Is that if this road is chosen, I'd rather ditch the ride. I don't know where I'm going.
I don't know where I'm going.
I just wanna be there.
I just wanna be there.
I don't know where I'm headed.
No.
I just don't wanna be here right now.
Yo.
I don't know where I'm going.
I don't know where I'm going.
I just wanna be there.
I just wanna be.
Yo, what's up, people? Just wanted to thank you for tuning in to the video. If you have been following me via Instagram or Facebook, you've noticed that I've changed my profile picture, stating that something good is coming pretty soon. As you can see, the date was 2/7/2020. Today is the day. So you're probably wondering what the big surprise is. Let's just say that this is something I've been waiting for since I was in high school. Something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. Funny thing is, when I originally wanted to do it, I wanted to do it for a different reason. But now that I've gotten older and I've been exposed to a concept much bigger than my dream that I had as a teenager, things have changed, and the intent behind this surprise is even much more greater. It's funny how you get to a certain point and you're like, man, this is what I want, and it takes it a while for it to come into fruition. Sorry to get biblical. No, I'm not. But going back to Abraham was promised a child, and it wasn't until years later that promise was fulfilled. So you can only imagine the in-between time when you are guaranteed something, but you don't see it until that time comes. And for me, this is something that I wanted, probably almost 20 years ago. And now that it's finally happened, I was like, wow, it actually happened in my lifetime. I know there's always one thing that means the most to everybody, but the only reason why this means a lot to me is because it happened. It happened, and I realized that the only reason why it didn't happen was because of me. If you think about it, wherever it is, most of the time when you want something, it already exists. You just have to go get it. And in the last 20 years, I wasn't willing to get it. I was getting in my own way. So sum it all up, the surprise, the thing that I wanted to announce is the publication of my first book. Not only just my first book, but my first book of poetry. The title of it is Resignation. Below, you will see an actual link to purchase it online. It's at lulu.com. You just type in my name, type in Resignation, and there you'll see it. This is a collection of poetry that initiated back in 2011. Now, I've been writing since like forever, for as long as I can remember. But it wasn't until college and a few years away from graduation that I realized that I was gifted with the ability to write, not for me, but for something much bigger than me. We all have gifts and talents, and once we realize why we have them, it becomes easier to exercise them. Because I don't know about you, but I find it easier to do for others than it is there's a peace that comes with doing for others opposed to just doing for you. Because in the back of your mind, you're like, yo, I'm taken care of. And that's another thing. When you take care of yourself, you can take care of other people. So within this 20-year span, I was taking care of myself and becoming the man that I am until I realized it was time to release this book. So this book is a chapbook It's a compilation of poems that date all the way back, like I said, to 2011 up until now. It's a collection of poetry that mirrors my journey through manhood. Well, actually, my journey into manhood. And I'm learning manhood is an ongoing process. It's not just something you automatically fall into and say, I got it. No, you're constantly evolving, constantly learning, not just about yourself, but about other people, and how to communicate with other people and how to communicate with yourself. I heard from Pastor David Braxton that the hardest person to say no to is yourself. And that is so true. It's so true. I've been telling myself no in relation to this book for a very long time, and I realized it was time to say yes. Plus, it was one of those instances where God was like, yo, you ready? I said you're ready, but my concern is, do you know if you're ready? And I was. So I published it. As far as information for the future, yes, there will be a public reading and book signing. The date is February 22nd. The location will be announced shortly. I wanted to make sure that I get all the information before I distribute it to you guys, but it is definitely on February 22nd. And I'm really looking forward to it. My fiance Adrian got all of this put together for me, and it's gonna be a nice lineup. So if you're interested, you want to hear some poetry, not just from me, but from some local fellow poets that I've had the opportunity of growing with in the last decade. Come on out and check it out. But yes, my first book of poetry is officially published, so I would love for you all to come out and celebrate with me, so to speak. So more information will be distributed shortly again. This is something that I've been waiting on for a long time. Not gonna hold you long. So yeah, and that's it. If you need any other information, just let me know. Again, if you want to go ahead and pre-order the book and have it for yourself, the link will be under this video for you to go ahead and make that purchase. So again, this is a book of literary illustrations concerning my journey. But the only reason why it's so important because I know that it will help somebody else. I know that it will help another young man who experienced what I experienced. Those moments when you were in those dark corners and you're like, where's the light coming from? Those moments where you were by yourself and you felt alone, but realized you were actually accompanied by someone the entire time. Those moments when you needed somebody to speak into your life, and those moments came at the most inopportune moments, but I bet you will never forget how the people made you feel and probably what they said. So anyway, that's the announcement. The name of the book is titled Resignation, and it's poems by Calvin Wayne Pennywood Jr. Go ahead and look that up and go ahead and purchase your copy. Again, the reading and signing will be February 22nd. That's on a Saturday evening. So I will provide all the information once the information is provided, and you all will be in the loop. So go ahead and set aside time for that, just a couple of hours. I hope to see you there. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, hit me up. Love you guys. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a family. Thank you for speaking into my life. Thank you for making me be aware of things I wasn't aware of before. Again, thank you for challenging me. Thank you so much, because without challenge, there's no growth. Love you guys. To touch air. Peace. But what if that's a dream out of reach? Do you drown or dare to tread? Staying neck deep can either save you or surrender your life. How hard are you willing to try?
tread, breathe, tread.